What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Maintain My Flow. How do you maintain your flow? This episode, we'll be talking about how do you maintain your flow during the holidays, especially when you are houseless, right? So that is what I will be talking about today. And if you would like to add comment to that, for now, you can send your comments to mmflow, Flow, 247 at gmail.com. So when we're talking about maintaining your flow, it's about your overall wellness, right? All of us are humans, so when you're dealing with some kind of trauma, where you're not able to have your basic needs fulfilled or met, then your flow is going to be off a little bit. Are you still going to be able to hopefully survive the day? Hopefully, yeah, we all do. So how do people that don't have homes have a regular, warm, safe home, apartment, whatever that is, four walls, a door, lock? How do we make that happen if you do not have that kind of security? This time of the year is very cold all over the country, depending on what part of the world you live in. So North America, Midwest, it's cold. And as the seasons change, we think about how we maintain our flow. So if someone is houseless, and unfortunately I know quite a few people that are houseless in the area that I live in. I know of a lot of folks that are houseless, and unfortunately many of them sleep outside in the elements. Some utilize the mission, some utilize friends, some are able to hustle up, scrape up money to stay at a hotel for a night or two. Some sleep in cars, but I see a lot of folks in the elements. How do you think those folks maintain their flow? I've asked a few, and many of us are a paycheck away from our flow being more disrupted than what it already is. So when you talk about cuts from the federal level that trickle down to the local level, especially to our nonprofits that service houseless folks, then it becomes a bigger problem. There have been many cuts, so there are more individuals hanging out on streets. Unfortunately, those individuals have children that are hanging out on streets, and those children go to our schools. So as someone that is in a classroom sometimes, it's important to know that children are dealing with houselessness as well, and that also shows up in the classroom, sometimes in behaviors. How do people maintain a flow when they are trying to find safe, warm housing? If you know of any place maybe where you're from, make sure you hit me up all over social media. Maintain My Flow, mmflow247 at gmail.com. How you maintain your flow? One of the ways that I've seen individuals are able to maintain a flow is utilize some of the services that are available to them in walking distance. I'm talking about housing, food, medical. Fortunately, there are individuals in the town that I currently live where there is food excess, but there is also food insecurities. I know of people that help try to fill that gap. They don't ask for any praise. They don't ask for any money. They see a need. Less food is wasted, and it is able to reach a lot of people. Maintaining your flow. Someone that doesn't have a home, being able to access safe, warm food to keep your strength up. A lot of houseless people are just trying to save money to get a place. Affordable housing is an epidemic across the world, especially in America, especially in Midwest. It is a problem. So affordable housing. So one of the things that I bring to your attention is if you was to ask a houseless person, is this something that you wanted to do? Of course, hell no, they're going to say no. I want to grow up to be houseless. No, there are circumstances, but I know a lot of us are judgmental, see folks hanging out, drinking, air quotes, loitering, laid out. Some are in a mental crisis and in need of help. But there have been a lot of cuts and resources cut back for individuals that are dealing with mental health. It's part of helping them maintaining flow. So if they're not getting the resources to help maintain their mental health, then quite naturally some of those other things are going to degrade. Physical, the psychological, the spiritual, where's the financial, the social wellness is out there, and your environmental, well, you're sleeping outside. So the wellness is just out the box. You're in survival mode, straight up. So there's a difference between individuals that have an actual place other than a nonprofit place that you have to leave at a certain time in the morning, even though it may still be cold as hell outside. Let's take a pause in the cause to hear from one of our sponsors of Maintain My Flow. So hold tight, keep it locked, be right back. Headphones are a part of everyday life, at work, on the go, or winding down at home. Now you can add style without losing function. Introducing Jim Jim's decorative accessories that slide onto your headphone cords using a patent-pending Finlock system. No clips, no glue, just a clean, secure fit. Designed and produced in Kalamazoo, Jim Jim's offer a sleek way for teens and adults to personalize their everyday tech. Learn more or place an order. Email officialjimjims@gmail.com. Jim Jim's, your sound deserves to be seen. All right, thank you so much, and welcome back to Maintain My Flow. We're talking about how does a houseless person survive when it's cold, especially when it's around the holidays. So fortunately, we live in a generous world where a lot of people will feed you. So there is so much food. The holiday cheer comes out. Why can't we have that all year round? Why can't the holiday cheer be in the form of affordable housing for everyone? Maybe because there's greed. A lot of people don't care. I think most of us, I don't care. So it's not that when you see a houseless person, part of it is many of us make the judgment that every houseless person wants the same thing. Every houseless person doesn't necessarily want or need the same thing. Every houseless person is not an addict. Every houseless person is not uneducated. Once you actually talk to someone that may seem houseless, just talk to them and see what their circumstances are. Sometimes it could just be just some circumstances just compounded and it was overwhelming. But all right, y'all, get ready to get up out of here. Make sure you come back daily, but always come back because there will be new episodes. Maintain My Flow on social media. Hit me up, mmflow247@gmail.com. Peace.